Hello and welcome to Conrad Seidel's Beer of the Week. This week's beer is a beer from Jerusalem. I've recently been to Jerusalem because, of course, as a pope, you travel to Jerusalem from time to time. And there I met some Jewish brewers. They have set up the Herzl brewery right in Jerusalem city. And one of the beers they have is called Embargo. It says somewhere on the label, I cannot read Hebrew, but it means embargo, and the Herzl brewery called this beer Embargo because the only thing that they print in English is Cuban tobacco leaf porter. So they try to mock a bit of the Cuban embargo for Cuban cigars in America, but the idea is they got some Cuban tobacco leaves, and the guy who had them didn't know what to do with them. So he gave it to the brewers, and they sort of dry hopped this porter with Cuban tobacco leaves. If we try to sample it, you'll find out it's almost black, very, very dark red brown. Just a slightly brownish head, and lots of aroma. I mean, you get some fruitiness like raspberries, maybe also gooseberries, and it's quite a refreshing nose. And then you take your first sip, and it's quite refreshing. But the bitterness you get is not only from the hops. Probably there's some of the bitterness, some of the experience that you have when you sample that beer probably comes from the tobacco leaves, because it's a very dry beer, like a long, slightly bitter aftertaste, and only 25 IBUs that come from the hops. So probably some of the bitterness is from the tobacco, and it's really like drinking a good cigar. It's a wonderful experience. There's no smokiness in it. So you don't smoke the tobacco, you just get this aroma that you have from a good cigar, and you can drink that actually. I think it's even healthier to drink tobacco than to smoke it. Although, if you like to smoke a cigar, if it's legal to smoke Cuban tobacco, I'll try a Cuban cigar with it, but I just drink it as it is, without any food, without any other experience than to have the tobacco in your beer. So I hope you have the chance to sample that beer somewhere. I know you can only get it in Israel at this point of time, but I hope they do some export, and hope they keep the good label, but maybe some more information in English. And I hope to see you next week for another Conrad Seidel's Beer of the Week. But this week, I'll enjoy this Jewish beer, although I'm the beer pope. But maybe I could also be a beer rabbi. Well, I'll try. Cheers. Why do people smoke that stuff?